Welcome. I hope you enjoyed that. Interesting, isn't it? Before we went on the break, we have here Servane Mouazan from Ogunte, an organization that predominantly, I should say, I can't even say the word, cater for women's need and women leadership, and also a management program for women. I know before we went on the break, we're just talking about women should, if you know, what you do for the organization, basically telling them how to go and get what they want. What would be the process?
The first process would be to come and have a look at the network, try to see how other women perform, how other women talk, how other women have that leadership skills and aura, and just really it's quite contagious sometimes. So it's good to be in proximity of people who've made it, basically. So join networking events, I would say, and then pick a few women who think, you know, will have it, and shadow them. Just observe how they do this.
Do you have like mentor? Do you have people? Do you like, for example, if I'm a social enterprise company as a woman and I set up some organization, do you have a facility that helps me to work alongside somebody that is very experienced? Do you have a program like that?
We have what we call co-mentoring.
Okay.
The principle I want to really make people understand is that there is never someone who's going to look at you like from a top-down perspective. We all experience something, so we try to match people in terms of what they could get from one another. So if you haven't got the experience as a social entrepreneur, maybe you can come and have contact with someone who's made it, you know, who's quite successful in one area. But we expect you to also pass on something.
Okay. So it's like, you know, pass it on, really.
It's never one way, it's always two ways. So it's not a formal mentoring program like, well, there are many mentoring programs around, so we don't want to duplicate. But we always embed the passing on information and tips and referrals within all the learning programs. It's part of program, basically. So you go train, coach, mentoring, get shadowing opportunities, and you get speaking opportunities as well. Is your
networking, is this the same as the Global Tribe network we're talking about? What is the difference between?
Well, Ogunte provides all that content and that support in terms of learning programs, and the Global Tribal Network is actually all the people who've been through the programs and they stick around, so we need to keep them busy. Capacity-wise, it's really hard, otherwise, you know. And they can manage, they can do a lot of networking by themselves, so we put them in touch with each other, and after that they go on their own journey. So Global Tribal Network is a group of women, some men as well, because you know, they know it's a great thing to stick around. They know it, they love it. What we make sure of is that they are well matched. That they don't need us all the time. We make sure that they think for themselves and create journeys that are good for themselves. We help them with matching. We help them with, have you looked at that sometimes? Have you looked at this organization or that organization? Just drop some hints sometimes from time to time. What we really want is for women to connect to one another and creating maybe a new organization or a new network or a new voluntary group, something that was not going to be duplicating something else that's been done. Something new, powerful, well-made, and that gives them great experience and great learning experience.
Thank you. What about the social innovation? Is it Social Innovators Toolkit? What is that?
This one where we give lots of advice or hints or pass on information. We need to gather all this in sort of one place. And a toolkit is something you create yourself or that we help you create.
So it's actually personalized?
A toolkit. So we have on our website, we've got a base of little sites or technology, things that you can look at very frequently, that's changing regularly, about tips about how you market yourself, how you can really facilitate change, how you can spread the word around a cause that's really important to you, and also what kind of technology you can use that's for free or open source to make things happen. We love technology, so. God.
we do love technology.
We do.
It makes life easier.
When you're at home or when you're having maybe, I don't know, like I'm having a baby soon, You want to be everywhere without having to go anywhere.
That's true.
You know that.
I know.
So how do you do that? Phones, too much time, too many bills. Internet is the key. And there are loads of products around that you can use free of charge that really help you to network, to put your name out there, create campaigns. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to be rigid with the way you organize
yourself.
You really got to organize yourself time-wise, so be rigid about that. But apart from that, you've got a lot of opportunities that really help you,
to achieve success. But it's not just only social enterprise. I could probably benefit from this because we have a wide range of audience. So therefore, I suppose any businesses can actually tap into this.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's called a social enterprise, but it's not, it's the enterprise because it's a business, because you want it to be successful. But the social part of it is just looking at the community and taking care of the community. So
also, the operations within. You have a team. It doesn't stop at the community. You've got to embed those practices in the team. How are you going to help the team to grow, to learn, to be sustainable? How are you going to listen to your team? How are you going to also all together work and participate in participation? Sorry. How are you going to govern the organization or the project, taking everybody's opinion? So it's not only for the communities, with the community, but community starts in the organization itself.
As well, you know. But what's the inspiration behind all this,
I think there's a sense of social justice and, wanting to make things right, put things right. I was raised with really strong values, and because I had a lot of big goal, but I think you need to put things right, and I was wrong most of the time, but
like anybody else.
People put me straight, saying maybe you should have a look at how you explain yourself, how clear you are, or try to be, what champions you want to have around you. Inspiration. I've been people who are famous, not famous, people who've run their things without having any publicity at all. Inspiration is everywhere. It's all about you being open to it. That's my inspiration for me.
But what's your background, though? I know you talked about being, having a parent or family that says you have to put things right, and also you talk about being an artist or working in, So how did this just fit into everything that you're doing now?
I've studied modern Dutch studies. Don't ask.
Okay.
It's too long. Okay. So I've got a passion for odd things and mainstream things. My background is in languages, but I did a lot of work in IT, in performing arts, and all sorts of creating things, creative industries in various countries. So creativity is very important. It's something you can put in any cluster of life.
But I'm thinking that, if you have all this experience behind you, setting up your own business would probably be the ideal route many people would go down. But you've decided that a social enterprise is perhaps what you want. So I'm just trying to find out why a social enterprise, why not a limited company?
Social enterprise. I should put things right. Social enterprise is just something you end up realizing that this is what you're doing. You don't start by saying, I'm going to do a social enterprise. No, you start by saying, I'm going to, for instance, make sure that kids in my community are all well fed, can talk properly, can communicate, things like that. The way you govern it after that is your decision. You can do it as a private company or involve other people, put your profits back into the company. That's the social enterprise thing. It just happens to be a social enterprise. That's secondary. What's important is what you want to achieve, how you're going to do it, who do you involve in the process, and how you're going to run the show, basically.
But that's important,
That is crucial.
That is because that'll make or break the business, or the
absolutely.
Business. So.
That's all that counts. Know what you want to achieve and explain clearly to people how you're going to do it and why they should care. And after that, you can call it social enterprise if you want. It doesn't matter, in my opinion.
What is your passion and drive behind all this? Because you've got this zest for life, and I'm thinking I'm going to take some of your energy away with me.
I'm bored very easily.
Really?
And apart from your show, there's not much on TV.
Thank you very much. Did you hear that? Apart from my show, there's nothing else on TV. But what do you do at the end of the day? Because you're very active. I mean, when I spoke to you the other day, you were in Brussels. You were there on a business meeting, and then you've come back, and you've got other things you've got to do. You know. So what do you do to relax?
I work.
You work?
No.
That is not good.
Work is not work for me. It's a lifestyle. The things I do and try to implement change around me and in me that's what drives me. And some call it work. I'm very lucky, or maybe not luck. I created my luck, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to start my business. So I make the word revolve around me for that.
But maybe that's the way to be. On that basis, what makes a successful businesswoman, or what makes a successful woman from your experience?
The power to learn, continue to learn, the power to say sometimes I don't know, but I'm not a failure for that. If I don't know, it's okay. I'm just going to know more, and it's a win-win situation. If I learn, I'll grow as a person. I'll grow as an individual, and I'll be stimulating myself, stimulating others. I think that's the secret.
And what does the future hold for you? Where would you like to be in another few years?
Be able to run the business and raise the child decently, and making a stimulating person of this child, so that we can have great conversations and make great enterprises. Maybe, why not? Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. We wish you all the best with the birth of the baby. I know it's due soon, so but in the autumn months. Yeah. So we wish you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is me, Rhoda Wilson, saying I hope you've enjoyed my conversation here with Servane Mouazan from Ogunte. It's a great organization all about women management and leadership. So until next week when I have another interesting guest, thank you for watching.